everyone. My name is Stephanie Emmerich, and I'm the manager of digital content here at Boys Town Press. And today we have with us author Kat McGrady to talk about her new book series, Building Resiliency in Youth. Hi, Kat. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me. It's lovely to be here.
So, Kat, you're one of our newest authors, and your books are coming out this fall. So we're so excited to have you here to talk to us today. I just want to start to get to know you a little bit. So could you start out just by telling us a little bit about yourself and your background?
Absolutely. So I had an amazing childhood. I grew up the youngest of three, and my siblings and I all worked for our parents they had a couple, small family businesses, and that's sort of how we grew and connected, and we all lived on a farm, so we got to work together on that. And, they always encouraged me to sort of pursue my dreams and my interests, so that led me to become a first grade teacher. And after a few years in the classroom, I realized that, I would be able to reach a broader range of, you know, children and families if I worked as a school counselor. So I did just that. It was topics that interested me, like resiliency and, social emotional needs. And so I became a counselor. And it allowed me to provide my students and their families and just sort of the community around the school and my colleagues with, those crucial pieces needed to grow and to thrive and just to kind of feel a spark. So that, was really, really rewarding. And around the same time, I went back to school and got my doctorate in education. So now I work in private practice as a child and adolescent and family therapist and, parent coach in terms of the educational pieces there and just sort of basic communication and family systems. And I work for Johns Hopkins, a doctoral program as an advisor and a TA, and a master's program teaching educators and counselors. So, and I just, living a dream right now, just sort of published a book based on, my passion surrounding supporting youth and adolescents and providing them with the environment that they need to flourish.
Well, oh my gosh, it is so great. I know when I was preparing to meet you today, I'm like, you have a lot of initials behind your last name. So we were so excited that that led you to your on your path that you came to Boys Town Press and have become one of our authors. And I don't want to say you wrote a book. You wrote tell us about your products. I want to say because it's it's multiple books. I want to say a series. So they're very unique. And so tell us about them.
Like I said, I mean, the uniqueness comes from just sort of the multiple lenses and roles that I've been fortunate enough to kind of view from and support youth from. As a classroom teacher, I was able to work, with my students on a deeper level, and I was with them for the bulk of the day, which was a beautiful thing. And then school counseling allowed me to kind of work behind the scenes and front and center and with like kind of all key stakeholders and, individuals and groups and on a systemic level and just every angle and every accord and sort of, the way that I thought fit specifically for, individuals and groups within my school community. And then I guess therapy and coaching also allowed me to have like an insider and an outsider perspective and to reach children and adolescents and their families on a deeper level than, and with one-on-one work. It was just really helpful. And my work at university has given me kind of access to, a community of counselors and educators. So they kind of give me perspective that I wouldn't have had before. And the conversations that I've had with them really expanded my understanding of needs. So each of these lenses lended themselves to my writing. Um, and this latest toolkit just sort of provides an extensive look at trauma, the effects of trauma, how our brains react and bounce back to trauma, and what we can do to build resiliency. So not only that, but it provides information on how to plan and implement, professional development for those who support youth and how to combat compassion fatigue. There's a self-guided workbook for adolescents and kind of a guided set of activities for children too, and a very child-friendly kind of read aloud with prompts to support resiliency in children.
Yes, that is exactly that is what it is. It's a toolkit for building resiliency. We're trying to think of the and so it has it's designed for multiple age groups. There are tools for working with children. There's tools for working with teens, and the guide really it has you've broken it down to have the different sections to help with the universal resources. Can you talk a little bit more about how people can use that as a toolkit?
I guess, it's just for pretty much everybody who supports children and adolescents in any capacity. And, school, mental health professionals, caretakers, parents, people who just sort of wish to provide the youth in their lives, or others, who work with youth, the tools to strengthen resiliency. And I'm hoping that, it gives them some confidence in their own understanding and ability to support children and adolescents who need a boost of resiliency, um, and support in gaining the tools to flourish. So the book kind of provides a blueprint for actionable pieces. And the ultimate goal is to provide each person who reads it with kind of the knowledge and faith in their own abilities to provide quality support in a personalized way.